let us begin with our lovely Freedom is Yours, since the ascension energies have been supporting the 5D mystics, those who have the whole 3-year-old heart. So you have your divine masculine in your mind, your divine feminine in your body in a somatic form. Means you're a person who has healthy self-worth. You have left and right mode of your brain integration, which is why empowerment and also discernment are part of your journey. This is why we are not against masculines who are skeptics. We also know that our past, our implicit bias, our emotional charges, all of those states of self that we all have, I'm attachment trauma informed. So magic works through the 5D mystic, not only because we have a relationship with our divine feminine, divine masculine, and Akash consciousness, but we also know how to turn knowledge into wisdom from our inner world, and we have simply gratitude and grace, but in the absence of needing to be people who have a belief system, but we do believe. So the frequency of belief. Let me read that one. It supports our sense of self-worth based on our gifts and talents. Every person has gifts and talents. Not every person has healthy self-worth or self-worth for that matter, which is where the masculines who are skeptical and discerning, which is a good thing because they're using their left mode. Now, if they begin to use their right mode, it'll be because they begin an inner journey. Otherwise, they don't have. So the right mode of your brain is where you have access to everything that comes up. But here's where your connection to source, the connection to source is not only miracles. The frequency of a miracle supports our belief in ourselves as a part of source. You're part of a collective called humanity. So the blessed are those who believe without seeing. We can't use sentences from the past stories without creating new. So here's where I know, thank you, attachment and trauma therapists, researchers, after 2 years and plus, I'm still learning more. You're an embodied brain and so am I. I have healthy self-worth because I have a whole 3-year-old heart who doesn't back down from being my woo-woo self. In fact, a 5D mystic is not offended or takes something personally when somebody basically calls any one of our clairs something, woo-woo. It's okay. I get it. That's why I was saying masculines, totally good thing that they have skepticism, discernment, because I see a lot of, what are they called? Peter Pans, the Michael Stone scale 1 to 22 evil. Yeah, he has a 7 to 14 charming human beings. I see them. I see those Peter Pans. Oh, yes. And I see the masculines who will doubt the woo-woo person here, not doubt those human beings because of their ancient silverback posture. So when I see people who ask questions, I'm always happy. That's the difference between a 5D mystic versus a 4 who will say, I'm anointed and special. And if you don't listen to me, they create that separation. So source, it's consciousness, it's energy. It's not the entities that people who are in 4D, 3D, and basically in belief system land from ancient storybooks. Okay, so I bring human spiritual and spirituality together. They all connect because they all say the same thing. And I get to learn from this human being, awesome Dr. Daniel Siegel, who continues his research with other people that are really, really smarter than I am. And that's neuroscience, neurobiology, physics, our lovely academic community, which is what I love seeing more than anything. So those are actual whole people who bring information. The Peter Pans, they actually continue to disseminate rumors such as demonic spirits and using definitions from ancient textbooks versus getting people like Patrick McNamara, who has a beautiful interview on Well or Big Think, one of the two, where he shares no demonic possession after studying. Of course, he's still building his data, but the people who want to believe in the ancient textbooks are going to say, AI and technology is a monster. How dare they get rid of stories? Did anybody know that epilepsy used to be thought of as the wrath of the gods, something? So when I find out information of how a person is not demonically possessed because there's a fear receptor in their brain and I'm a mystic, I'm like, yes, this makes sense because I have a human being brain that thinks and loves to learn because I have what is called empowerment and discernment. So any skepticism is always good. if they're open to conversation, but if you are open to sharing and not getting offended, which a 4D mystic, I've seen them, how dare they call me woo-woo? Well, if you actually think it through, I definitely know imagination is imagination in my mind's eye. You can't prove your downloads when you're doing Akashic record readings, which is why we only have these types of interactions with people who are part of the spiritual and spirituality community. However, when I see courses on like time bending, I'm like, okay, hold on a minute, as I get it again, but you're creating what is an identity. So there's another Peter Pan group, and really what we should talk about is Cuscos, who are like mean girls and teenagers all, when I saw them, needed to find who they belong to as a group. Yeah, some of us were like, no, I believe in me all on my own because I can make smarter decisions. Yeah, I totally, it was like none of the teenagers I met were in any way, shape, or form being smart at all. And I disengaged from them, and I chose my pack based on how I felt they were treating me and if they were following the very good rules that are in place so that we can make a difference in the future. So that's going to high school, getting to college, not using what is the shame cycle. Oh yes, let's see, rock and roll all night party. What else? Every day, which I do love, moderation. But I don't enjoy when I see people in the shame cycle, inner critic, outer critic. Let me go get distracted with the sex, the drugs, the alcohol, and the food, and anything that's self-soothing in a way that is a repeat. So when you use a brain and you're a mystic, well, it's very clear, again, what the benefit for humanity is that we have 5D educators. The not benefit is we still have ancient silverbacks who know how to use their mouths, which is why, again, being skeptic is a good thing. But being skeptic of all people, not just some people. So anytime I hear somebody say, it's a rarity for a person to be completely in their enlightenment person, it's like, okay, yeah, you have what title? Oh, that's right, I see your title. Okay. Oh, you said another title, don't trust anyone who's kind. Wow, that's a great way to have people learn to open up to each other. Frequency of passion. Let's get passion. The frequency of passion reminds us that beneath every intense emotion lies the hidden gem of insight, balance, and calm. It assists us in finding the balance within this intensity, moving us from chaos to calm of its core, to the calm of its core, where we can let its long-lasting wisdom fill us up. Now, the beauty of being a person who has wholeness is that, the frequency of tantric, is it amazing? Transition. And there's tantric. Hold on. We got, yes, tantric. And no, not what stuff other people who are not anywhere, shape, or form whole in their body, meaning secure attachment, differentiated, whole 3-year-old heart, who looks at the world with a blank slate and doesn't make up other things that we're not going to have time to talk about. Transition. The frequency of transition supports our deep understanding of the ever-changing nature of existence in our lives so that we can learn to let go, surrender to the process, and allow transition to occur with ease and grace. Now, we don't let go. We use our brains. I should get this one. Yeah. Daniel Siegel, thank you, about consciousness and integration. So when you're using your left and right mode, you're an emotional grown-up. We do all emotional regulation, building skills, and inner growth mindset. Tantric frequency helps to unlock hidden knowledge and wisdom that we intrinsically hold about how to reach a state of wholeness and completion through our sensual experiences with ourselves and with another. You don't have to use another, by the way. No. Actually, the first relationship is within you. So if you know healthy self-worth, unconsciously loving you, and then you can have open-ended conversations with other people who are also grown-ups. Here's Pachaland. We know that integration supports us to embrace every aspect of ourselves, allowing what we perceive as positive and what we perceive as negative to harmonize in a balanced symphony of life. And consciousness is our ability to focus our attention on all the multidimensional aspects that show up so that we can include them in our reality. And discernment is very important because it allows people to look at the world and people from inner balance and detachment, yet with compassion and wisdom. So as long as a person's empowered, they'll be open to all conversations, and a mystic appreciates those who ask questions because that means they have interest in becoming their whole 3-year-old heart as a grown up, which makes a functional adult love language and tango partner. Amazing. Tune in for more.